ChatGPT is officially getting banned in Italy, and here's why. The Italian Data Protection Authority said that it has major privacy concerns with the chatbot, and they're not alone since China, Iran, North Korea, and Russia have already banned it. They say they want to investigate the chatbot to see if it complies with EU's General Data Protection Regulation and to see if it follows this channel, because that's very important. ChatGPT also experienced a data breach recently involving user conversations and payment info, for which the Italians say that there's no justification for their mass collection and storage of personal data. And since the app does not require you to verify your age, the app can expose minors to unsuitable answers as well, because this thing was trained by the internet. OpenAI has disabled ChatGPT for users in Italy and said that they look forward to cooperating and making ChatGPT available in Italy again soon. So hopefully you are having a nice day. We have some ChatGPT news. This time they're getting banned by Italy. Well, it's totally warranted. So Italy is concerned about privacy, about ChatGPT. And I mean, this makes a lot of sense. This is not an Italian technology. This is hosted on US servers. So obviously they want to be very careful what kind of data they're actually giving away, especially if you think about the long-term implications of this technology. I mean, this is only going to get integrated into our lives more and more. So obviously there's going to be data about what you want to know information about, not to mention it's getting integrated into Microsoft Office as well, for instance. So it's going to be generating PowerPoints, documents. It's basically just going to be processing a ton of information. And all of these foreign countries to ChatGPT servers want to know exactly what data is being collected, where is it being kept, why is it being kept, because that could obviously be a huge security issue. So in a perfect world, every single country would just create their own chatbot and just host all the information on their own servers. That would obviously be ideal. However, as you can imagine, this is very hard because you do need the right people for starters. You need the right programmers, the right data scientists, so you can actually craft the algorithms that are going to be training an AI model such as this. And China, for example, said that they want to make their own ChatGPT because, like, yeah, of course, because they don't want to use ChatGPT because it's US tech. They want to make their own. But yeah, they said it's very problematic because well, obviously it is. And I remember one of my professors telling me that in the early 2000s, he was actually working on AI, possibly in the late 90s as well. He was working on AI very early on, and he said that if you weren't in the US, you just couldn't really work on AI because there was just not enough funding. Because in order to be able to train big models such as this, you need tons, and by tons, I mean millions upon millions upon millions upon millions in server infrastructure. Now, they are also mad about the fact, it also said that since there was no way to verify the age of users, which I don't think ChatGPT verifies the age. They might if you log in with a Google account or when you get registered, but they don't have that little annoying box where you click verify that you're over 18. So technically they're concerned because this can expose minors to absolutely unsuitable answers compared to their degree of development and awareness. I don't know. I think this is pretty stupid because if you because all they would need to do is just put in the prompt of like, hey, only continue if you're 18, which is just a completely useless security thing that we have for minors. There's really just no way to implement this aside from tracking some sort of an ID, a digital ID, and verifying the age that way, which they're not going to do. So I don't know. This is kind of pointless. So now Italy just basically wants to take a really good look at ChatGPT. They want to see exactly what kind of information they're collecting, what they're storing, where they're storing it, why they're storing it, all that sort of stuff. And they're also appealing to the EU, I believe, to just speed along the AI legislation so that we could actually have proper legislation about data protection for systems such as ChatGPT, which I think makes a lot of sense. This is a field that is going to need to be heavily regulated. Now, hopefully, it's not only going to be regulated by a government or by multiple governments. Hopefully, we also get third parties that are able to just, I don't know, like, you can't just trust the government, right? That's basically what I'm saying. Now, obviously, this is not going to be open source, so you're not going to be able to see exactly what sort of data is being tracked, but I do hope there are going to be third parties that are going to be able to say, hey, yes, we have this AI system, and the US government and the EU government, they are all making sure the data privacy is all good. And then we also have all of these third parties that are, I don't know, like funded or something like that by whoever, just so everything is safe, just so no one's like selling your data and processing it like, Facebook. Not to gang up on Facebook too hard. I mean, pretty much everyone's doing this sort of stuff. And I mean, eventually it would be nice if you would just have the ability to opt into data collection, because the best way to make sure your data is safe is, well, if no data on you is being kept. So for instance, VPNs, a selling point for some VPNs is that they do not keep logs, because if you don't keep logs and a government comes to you and they legally say, give us the logs for a certain person, they literally can't give them to you because they don't have them. So hopefully this all works out. Let me know what you think down below, and do you use ChatGPT? What do you think about it? And have a nice day.